Okay, so using the ethical practices questionnaire, Leah. Using the ethical practices questionnaire, you've all done questions 1 to 17. Yeah. So be sensible. Be sensible. What I want to do is go through. I'm not going through every single one of them, so it'll take forever. I want to go through some of them that maybe kind of give the best examples of what is ethical, what's unethical. The very first one, covering up for colleagues. Is that ethical, George? Is that ethical?
Yes.
It's ethical. So you cover up for colleagues.
Yes.
Okay. Is it ethical?
I put depends.
Depends on.
Depends who you've been ethical to. If you've been ethical to your managers, then you wouldn't cover up for agreements to them. But in terms of like being ethical to your co-workers, I'd say cover up for them.
So you wouldn't cover up for your managers, but you cover up for your co-workers.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah,
But is that not unethical? Because you're not treating each other people fairly, are you?
If they do something wrong, I wouldn't cover up for them.
So you've never covered up for anyone if they do something wrong.
I wouldn't, no.
What if they covered up for you?
Depends.
Depends.
So it's kind of like an eye for an eye, not in a positive way. If someone does something nice for you, you cover up for them.
Yeah.
But what happens if it's a new member of staff and they ask you to cover up for them?
They're
They're on
on their own.
their own.
Well, if you get the fault though,
You blame for everything.
It depends what you're covering for.
Ah, okay. So it depends what you're covering for. Okay. Ah, George is shaking his head, so you cover up anything.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So why does it depend on the situation?
Well, because if they've done something that would affect you, if you was to cover up for them or whatever, then you wouldn't really take that risk if you could lose your job or something. But if it was something that, I don't know, if it was something that you couldn't really get in trouble for, it was just something that's helping them out, then I'd cover it for them.
Okay. So it's something you wouldn't get in trouble for. It's a very selfish point of view.
No,
Maybe, I'm not saying you're being very honest, which is good, but it's a little bit kind of.
But no, I mean, I wouldn't go I wouldn't risk myself covering someone, but I would cover someone if it was helping them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Focusing on this depending on the situation. George said you cover up for anything.
If I can do it, then...
Okay. What do you think?
I was thinking if somebody else had already not covered up for me first,
Okay.
I probably wouldn't for them.
So it's kind of
for an eye.
It's an eye for an eye. Okay, let me give you a scenario then. Let me ask you a question, George. You are now a teacher. Okay? Two scenarios. First one is I phone you up and say, I had a bit too much to drink last night, I'm not coming in. Can you cover my glass for me? Don't tell the boss.
Yeah,
You do it?
definitely.
I'd say that. I would say no. I would say, personally, that would be fine. Okay? Now, bear in mind, it's a complete scenario, okay? I'm quite aware this is on video now. I'm also a teacher. We're all happy with Megan Stammers and the case there.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm having a relationship with a 14-year-old girl. You found out about this relationship, George. You caught us. You sensibly, you know about it. What do you do? Are you still going to cover for me?
Yeah, but
George.
because if I do that, you're gonna owe me one.
I'll
just use that.
Okay, I'm hoping the rest of you wouldn't cover for me.
No.
I'm hoping the rest of you maybe will cover for me.
No.
What I'm getting at,
We'll cover for
surely it depends on what you're covering for. Okay.
Like I said, if I could cover, I'll just do it.
Okay. Let's move swiftly on. Discriminating against staff on the basis of age, colour, religion or gender. What did you say?
The age thing, I don't think it's much of a problem, but definitely the colour, religion and sexuality and stuff like that.
Okay.
Leave.
Does everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
So it's unethical to discriminate based on age, colour, religion, gender.
Yeah.
What about age?
I still think it's bad against age. I still discriminate against
No,
age.
it depends with age, because if you're an employer and you needed someone that had a lot of life skills and experience, you'd probably employ the older person because they're better for the job rather than the younger person who hasn't got as much experience.
Definitely would agree with that.
But
Isn't it? But is it not necessarily the age? It's the attribute that comes with the age, isn't it? Because I'm sure there's 40-year-olds who've done sod all of their life. and there's 25-year-olds who've done huge amounts.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily the age, is it? It's the attribute that comes with the age. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Give
Okay.
them a chance.
Manipulating performance indicators to reach targets, number 8. We happy with what that means?
Indicators.
We happy with what that means? Annie, what do you put for that one?
Don't know about that. I'm not sure.
What do you put, Moses? Not sure? Who?
What?
What's that? You don't know? Okay, Zoe, what did you put that one? Unethical. Okay, so why is it unethical?
Because you shouldn't practice the lie, because you'll get found out and they're going to double check over.
Does it say lie?
It's manipulating.
Can I-
That's
yeah.
radio.
Does it say lie?
Yeah. No, but it depends on the situation.
Depends on the
Depends,
situation.
yeah.
So when is it okay?
It's not like lying, but
I'm not
if you check something.
Okay, that's fine. Let's clarify what it means then, because a few of you aren't sure. If you're set targets to achieve at work, can you move numbers around to make you achieve the targets? Can you manipulate a system, not lie, but move things around
Yeah.
so that you get your bonus or you don't get in trouble?
That's it.
But it depends how you do it. 'Cause in my job, we get targets, and I can't change numbers. I
Yeah.
can't go, you got to fit 10 shoes today. I can't go do 5 for a bonus.
Okay. Some companies are based on booking appointments. Some companies have targets based on booking appointments. Okay? Don't have to, something's not necessarily fulfilled in any sales company, it's an appointment booked.
That was in my
Could
old
you,
job. People used to lie, someone got sacked for it.
what did he do?
I think he said he got like 50 appointments in the week, but he probably got about 10 because he followed it up, looked at it. But he did get a paid his bonus because by the time he found out, he's already been paid. So
Maybe you could book appointments that for friends and family that you know aren't going to get any sales from. They might phone up and cancel the appointments, but they're still appointments nonetheless. Is that ethical or unethical?
It's ethical.
That's ethical.
It's only a bit of a bonus, isn't it? It's not killing anyone.
Yeah.
And if someone actually does make an appointment, it's still an appointment. You're not
So this in no
Yeah, but
way
it's not
this
fair on
in no
everyone
way
else.
is theft then.
You're getting paid.
Let me
for
ask
something
you,
not doing
this
the
in
job
no way is
properly.
theft. Sophie, is that theft? Are you stealing from the company?
Yeah.
Yes.
everyone else on the team as well are reaching the targets, but he's taking a
Okay. What this links on, we'll come back to question 10. Condoning false or misleading advertising by your organisation. You know something about your company and the advert says something different. Do you condone it or do you kind of blow the whistle?
What's that one?
It's the one at 11. If it's negative,
But unless you think about it, I wouldn't want to lose my job, so I wouldn't say so.
but is it, think about ethics, think about fairness,
It's not
equality.
unethical. It is unethical, but I wouldn't want to say because I'll be fired.
What we start to touch on, I think, is the difference between it's unethical,
We wouldn't do it.
but you might still do it because it's self-preservation, isn't it? It comes down to it. There's certain things. How far would you go, isn't it? Really, how far would you go? One of my favourite ones here is question 10. Criticising your organisation to others. Ethical or unethical?
So unethical, but everyone does it.
Unethical. What is unethical?
Because if you criticise it to others, they're not going to want to go there anymore, so you're losing your organisation business.
Okay. So your business is suffering because you're criticising that you're moaning about it. Yeah, definitely.
If you worked for a retailer, like a clothes shop, and you knew they made their clothes in like sweatshops and stuff, you could still moan about it to everyone, but because obviously that's bad, but you still need your job, don't you? But you just not agree with the way they.
So you can still moan about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's not affecting the business. Well, it is affecting the business, but like, I don't know. I think there's not a real problem with that though, because they're the ones being unethical in the first place.
What are you calling?
I don't know.
It's ethical. Because
Ethical.
personal
I'll come back to you in a sec, George. What do you do, Courtney? But what do you think is ethical or unethical?
I think it depends who you're minded about it.
Ah, see, this is the key, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Isn't that the key? Who, I don't think anyone in the world would have a job and not moan about it. It's impossible, I reckon. Everyone moans about their job at some point. It really is impossible, in my opinion. But do you shout about it in the pub? Do you tell strangers about it?
Because it also affects you.
Do you, what's that?
Because it also affects you if you keep on putting down organisations.
Come back, people can find out.
Especially on Facebook.
Thank
Because work
you.
with them.
That's what I was going to
Don't criticise the organisation on Facebook. It stays there for life, doesn't it? Once it's out there, it doesn't come back. Don't use Twitter to criticise people.
say.
Ashley Cole should have been told that, really, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Be careful on that.
Be careful what you put on there. The second it's out there, Twitter, retweet, then done, can't be taken down. Facebook, screenshot, done, can't be taken down. It's true. It's once it's there, once it's out there. So you've got to really think about what you put on Facebook and Twitter. Be very, very careful. Blaming subordinates for mistakes. Unethical. Do we agree?
Yeah.
Unless it was their mistake. That's kind of the point, isn't it? I would say, I would agree, yeah. Unethical.
You get taught that as a child, don't you?
Don't blame others for your own mistakes.
Yeah.
This is another one of my personal favourites. Using office equipment for personal use.
Depends, yeah.
If
If you're
you
on
need-
a break,
Depends if you're on your break. So then it's okay.
Yeah, that's alright, isn't it? 'Cause if you worked at, I don't know, a printing company, you needed to use a printer to print some of your own stuff out, I'm sure no one.
Yeah, that's okay then, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
did you pay? How much
Depends on what, Bertha.
You can't like print off like 50 pieces of work.
Sorry?
You can't like print off 50 pieces of like stuff.
Why not?
Because it's
Costly.
Because it's...
like it's too much. That's too much.
Let me ask you a question then. Work in an office, your stapler at home has run out of staples. Are you going to take some staples from work?
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay. We had a lot of yeses. Okay, Sophia was a no. Why no? Oh, you went yeah. Okay.
It's stealing.
It's stealing.
The office still paid for it and you're still taking it off.
It is, yeah. But would you do it? I think
Yeah.
everyone's here. Was everyone yes?
I'll take
Yeah,
my
no
stuff
one's
into
doing
work
that
and
one.
staple it. I want to be seen putting staples into my back.
Okay, so, but you'd still use the staple, wouldn't you, for your own
I
stuff?
wouldn't even be like slow about it though, I'm sure no one would say anything if you took some
Okay.
staple.
Okay, now let me ask you then, okay. This time you need a stapler.
Yeah, borrow it.
Yeah.
Ah, borrow
Take it
it,
back,
borrow
take
it,
it back,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So would you take the stapler?
Yeah.
I'd say
If I
no,
took
you
it
should
back,
say.
Okay, so it's kind of, I think we're like 75% yes, 25% no now. Okay. Well, what about, did you printing at work? If you need to print out something, you need to print out your insurance certificate, you need to print out you need to photocopy your passport. Is that alright?
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay. If you want to print out 50 copies of something at work, is that alright?
No.
depends how big the company is really, doesn't it?
Does it?
For me.
If you get caught, I mean,
What if you were to
Ah, see that's the thing, isn't it? See, this is the thing. Surely in the concept of ethics, surely that shouldn't come into it.
No.
So it's your ethics, it's your personal ethics. Okay, so what my point is, okay, so 50 is unacceptable, but 1's acceptable. Okay, so what about 25?
I still
That's okay, is it? Well, okay, so 25 is okay, 50 is not. What about 30?
It's still unethical.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter the amount.
Where's this line? Are we going to say 28's ethical, 29's unethical?
The amount doesn't matter.
if
It's
you never get
unethical.
caught,
The amount doesn't matter, it's unethical. You've gone from like being the most unethical person to being the
No,
most
no,
ethical
no,
person
no,
in about 10 minutes.
Like everything here is unethical, almost everything, but I think everyone will be unethical at some point. Because
Okay.
Nobody wants to be known as unethical, do they?
Okay. There's one more. I haven't asked you to look at this question, but I want you to look at it now. We're not going to go through all of Part B. The scenario is slightly different for Part B. Part B says, would you encourage staff to? Alright? And what I want you to look at is 13 and 14. Okay, so the bottom of the last page, you are now a manager. You've got, I don't know, 5, 10, however many staff that work for you. You have an influence over their actions. First of all, would you encourage staff to put their private lives first? Who would? Quick show of hands.
That probably
It
depends.
depends what situation.
Yeah.
If it
Say
was,
someone's dying, then
Yeah.
Yeah, if they got divorced as well.
So we need a list here. So what's going to be the list of acceptable private life first? Divorce, dying, what else is
Not just
acceptable?
dying, just
Disability and children.
So children,
Disability.
disability,
elderly parents that need looking after.
elderly parents.
any make
No.
it.
I wouldn't put
But then
elderly
if it-
Oh,
parents
so
on
elderly parents on the no
Divorce.
list. Elderly parents on the no
Yeah.
list. That's only
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Well,
because what?
see, I'm getting at though.
If someone dies, yeah, that's okay. but
Someone dies. Okay.
nothing else.
For my hopefully I don't want to cut. No. My third cousin twice removed. Who I saw once before just passed away. I'd like to take a week off, please, George.
No.
I'll say yes, yeah.
You say yes.
Yeah.
George
I'd
is
say
the
no.
person- You
With
say
pay,
no.
With pay.
You'd say no.
Yeah,
Why
but
not?
you wouldn't tell them that he's twice removed, would you?
Okay, still
My
okay. My third cousin.
You're like
Okay.
trying to.
I'm not lying. I don't want to trick you, my boss. I wouldn't be unfair in our
I would say
relationship.
a family member's died. I won't go into details.
Okay.
My family's died.
So is that not a live omission though?
If it's your brother, then
Is that not manipulating information?
But you need to separate your private work to your work to your private life.
So do you need to keep your private life and your work life separate?
sometimes it can.
We get told to, but
Yeah.
So if meet a girl or guy at work,
I would definitely keep that one private.
I don't know. In my work, we've got.
are you going to ask them out if something happens? Is that okay?
Out of way.
What do we think? People will be quiet. Zoe and Moses at the back. What do you think? You meet the perfect person. They work with you.
One of you is a perfect
That's
match.
okay.
How serious?
Then you go.
How do you know at the very start?
Not allowed you
Well, at the
to.
very start, I keep it quiet. Because
Yeah.
if it goes wrong, then it might other people.
Who would just ignore it and not do anything about it then?
What, being a boss?
What do you mean?
What,
As in, if you meet someone at work and you have to, you can, there may be a spark or something. I don't know.
Like, you can't help you know.
Yeah.
But you can ignore it if you want to.
No, I tell him to. You start them.
Okay. So, putting your private life first then, it depends, doesn't it? So as a manager, you're saying it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Meet targets at all costs. As a manager,
That is
That's
part
how
of
they
the
control.
job. So
That's how they
everything's
control.
judged on targets, judged on targets.
that's just what you get paid.
At all costs, work extra hours, maybe manipulate things, move things around. It's at all costs, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Maybe put in extra hours, maybe,
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't think
Because that's irresponsible.
as a manager, you're supposed to push your employees.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah?
They don't pay to do it, so they do it.
I think that was
True.
Okay.